Oh, hey there. How's everything going? Everybody, thank you for your time. I thought I'd make this video here because it was something that I found very disturbing. There was a scripture in the First Corinthians 5th chapter, first verse, 1 through 11. It tells a story where the prophet Paul, if you can read about that, and a couple of his constituents that had visited him, okay, had made reports about a man in the church sleeping. I believe the church was in Corinth, sleeping with his own mother-in-law. Okay, from what I understand, and even there's something that pagans don't even do. All right, and it was treated as if it wasn't a big deal, and it should be a big deal, and that's the way that Paul had wanted to have his constituents that visited him when he was on house arrest to tell him that it's something that should be vilified, because what it does is it causes confusion. All right, in Corinth, where it was a totally, thoroughly corrupt place. It's almost like being here at the time of Corinth, like in Las Vegas, where I reside. All right, at that time. Again, it causes confusion within the church. All right, and it erodes confidence and trust. Okay, and the focus on the Most High. All right. Why am I saying this? This also applies also in today's church, but particularly the corporate world. But you need to treat the church like the corporate world, being that it's corporate. All right. Pretty much with 501c3, which I really don't, you know, I'm really not a big component of. But nevertheless, again, in the corporate world, that this is something that's very dangerous. It's a high liability, particularly in this day and age, okay, where we have the Me Too movement and other, movements and so forth, where they're trying to get rid of this behavior. But really, in the end of the day, the men are getting caught, okay? And let me let you know something. Actually, it's more women that do this than men, but it's the men that are getting caught, all right? But they're trying to, nevertheless, avoid the lawsuit. This guy's name is Ime Udoka. I hope I said that right. Of the Boston Celtics. Now, I didn't know he was even the head coach. I think this past year that just ended, was his first year. I thought it was Brad Stevens, but I guess now he is like the vice president of operation. And Brad Stevens was all right, okay? I think what it is he cannot get command and control of that team when he has problems. But, he's a company man, all right? And they brought in this gentleman. He was supposed to be, for what I understand, the assistant coach of the San Antonio Spurs for years. Got him, and he worked so hard to get to this position and messed it up, messing with somebody, in the organization. Okay. So my understanding that he's dealing with Nia Long. Okay. I always liked Nia Long as an actor. I think that she's a very pretty woman. She's my age, actually, 51. Still looks great. Well manicured woman. They're a long time couple. They're not married, but they're a long time couple. Have a child together. Okay. I just thought when I saw this article at first, I just skipped it because I just thought, oh, it was just a regular breakup. Maybe they had problems, and you know, but this is probably not this coach's first rodeo. All right, she probably the type that she loves him and she allowed it. Okay, so maybe you want to stand by her man regardless. One of those type of relationships. You never know. But the thing is, I found disturbing after doing some further review that he got pretty much, you might as well say that he's fired. He's suspended for this upcoming season. But that dude fired though, okay? Doing something stupid. And I looked more into it and I said, well, what did he do stupid? This dude, from the reports, okay, from Undisputed and some other outlets, this guy was messing around with somebody in the front office, his wife. All right. On top of that, it's one thing that I do know. What they call it, work relationships do happen and so forth. But that's kind of like one of the definitely one of the no-nos. Okay, that's on top of having inappropriate relationships, but usually like executive, okay, the threshold, that's what probably HR and the, let's just say if you are just a worker bee, okay, usually they don't really socialize, but they do have people that'll take that information back and give whatever information in that workplace to, the front office and all that, okay, so they do have informants, but usually they don't socialize. That's on top of that. And yeah, he's the head coach and all that, but on top of messing around with somebody's wife, again, that this is an executive member of the team, somebody that helped employ you, get you the job, that you've always desired. And I understand that he was like a rookie coach of the year or something like that, and you sleeping with the man and sleeping with the man's wife. Oh, you know what I'm saying? I know back in the mob days, stuff like that would definitely get you killed, okay? Because it's bad for business. Excuse me. I don't know, but I believe if probably Red Auerbach was the owner of that team, that wouldn't even been going down, okay? They do not want to have the liability of a lawsuit, okay? Because I think what happened was they were probably messing around. Somebody found out. Probably more than likely the husband found out, okay? And I think Shannon Sharp had mentioned a quote, is usually consensual, okay? It's not a problem until somebody that probably doesn't play that overheard it, or the husband found out about it, okay? Or maybe the husband knew it. And maybe in some cases, like what I think, like for the Boston Celtics is, I think that what they have is not cutting it, and I believe that they're looking at sending the Celtics in a different direction. They're going to need help. There's a lot of rumors about them getting Kevin Durant like in the middle of the season, okay, to help them win a championship. All right, and maybe they hired this guy, and although he did a good job, okay, maybe that he's not the person that they want, okay, that for the next few years to come for whatever reason, okay, but they could use that against you, okay, in preparation or whatever to, okay, it's probably maybe the back of their head or whatever to replace this dude anyway. But this does not help, okay. So a lot of part of, you know, of your success in the relationship, in the workplace, is keeping your nose clean. I tell people that you cannot do that, okay. Remember, a lot of these guys that end up getting fired or end up getting killed, more than likely is over a woman. All right. And I'm telling you, that dude more than likely will end up being fired. It end up costing his job, chasing after the flesh when he already had a good lady. Okay. If you're going to mess around, you better either go, we called it in the military, the right and up. All right. So end up messing up over a woman that really, in the end of the day, didn't have anything to offer.